Hey, what up guys, it's SPD Goes 408. This is just going to be a budget build video on a PC that I'm working on. Granted, some of the parts that I have already had included from my box of parts from other computers that I tore apart and all that stuff. But altogether, I have about $260 tied into this computer. And the only thing that I had to purchase was the motherboard, the processor, the RAM, and the case, which already had a power supply included. So the other parts that I already had on this side, I have three 500 gigabyte Western Digital hard drives. I have an NVIDIA GT630 video card, and those are just a couple Molex to SATA connectors that I'm going to include for the extra hard drives. So with that said, let's get to it. I'll start by showing you some of the items. I'll start with the case, work to the motherboard, and then we'll go ahead with the build. Alright guys, as for the case, this is a Logisys, I don't know how to spell it, I'm going to spell it Logisys CS305 case, which automatically includes a 480 watt power supply. Has two USB ports on the front, audio and mic jack on the front, power button. Has four 5 1/4 expansion bays, one 3.5 inch spot for a floppy drive or any type of other 3.5 device that you want to fit. So let's go take a look inside the case and see what we got. Now this is like real flimsy metal. It's a $30 case. I mean, $30 case with a power supply, you're not going to really get that good a quality. But like I said, it is very flimsy case. Let's see what we got inside here. Make sure we got it inside. Has a top mounted 480 watt power supply. It looks like on the 480 watt power supply, top mounted. Has these are the questions that I had to ask. Looks like it has two Molex connectors, one 3.5 inch floppy connector, two SATA connectors, one 4-port CPU cable, and then the motherboard cable. That's it. Other than that, looks like we got all the pieces we need, all the standoffs for the motherboard, all the screws needed to get this going. Looks like I could fit about 4 hard drives in here, one 3.5 inch drive if I ever decide to upgrade to an SSD, as well as 4 CD drives if I ever wanted to go that far. But of course, I'd run out of spots because I ain't got enough power. But for what I got right now, I'm not even going to install a CD drive. I'm just going to install the 3 hard drives into this. I should have more than enough with the 2 existing SATA connectors and one of the Molex to SATA connectors that I'm going to add to it. So, alright, let's get on to the next piece. I just quickly wanted to throw in here that the other side of this case, it really does not have any room or space for if you want to do any type of cable management or hiding the cables on the back side of the case. So pretty much what I'm going to do is, when I tidy it up, I'm going to have the cables tidied up the best I could in these open CD bays. So just want to throw that in there. There's no, on the other side of that case, there is no room for cable management. Alright, so let's get on with it. So here's the Asus motherboard. It comes with 2 SATA cables. And of course the motherboard, and what else we got? Probably a CD with a... Oh, you gotta have your back plate. Back plate for the motherboard. Without that, you're not cooking with gas. So let me sit this down for a second, get this the guts out of this box out of the way. Alright, looks like we got our user's manual with a driver CD. Set that aside, don't need it right now. Let's take this out of the packaging. Alright. So the Asus motherboard pretty much looks like we got 6 USB 2.0s, 2 USB 3.0s, got 2 PS2 jacks, RJ45 gigabyte network card, and audio jacks. No video cards on this motherboard. Has the AM3 plus chipset for the RAM. Has four slots for RAM. I think it can hold up to, this motherboard can hold up to 32 or 64 gigabytes, I can't remember. It has 6 SATA 3s, so that's at 6 gigabits per second. And then the other ones, actually I think they're all SATA 3s. 6 SATA 3 ports, USB ports, all that good stuff. So, alright. Then we have the AMD FX6300. It's a 6-core processor by AMD. Very quick processor. I have it in my current gaming rig, just with an upgraded cooler and all that, but this ain't really going to be a gaming rig. So there's the FX6300 processor. Has a stock fan with it, which is real nice. So with that said, we are going to go ahead and get this going. Got the CPU in. Let's go ahead and put this cooler down. It's locked in place. Looking for the CPU fan. Alright, so all that's plugged in. I'm going to go ahead and install the memory chip. Now this chip right here is just an 8 gigabyte G-Skill PC, a G-Skill DDR3 1600 piece of RAM, PC 1280, one stick. So we're just going to go ahead and install that. Alright, so now pretty much got the CPU and the RAM installed. That's kind of it for the motherboard right now. All I got to do now is set the standoffs for the case and get this thing into the case. Alright guys, going to install the new I/O shield. Alright. So now we're good to go there. So I'm going to set the case off to the side. I'm going to put the motherboard in orientation with the case. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to get a couple of standoffs here to visually observe where the motherboard needs to go inside the case here for a second. Pretty much the usual pin right there, but I'm going to set the motherboard right here inside the case. Real quick, just to get a quick visual on where the standoffs go. Alright, so Alright guys, I got all the standoffs in place. Now what I'm going to do is just put the motherboard in. Let's slide this up so you guys can see what I'm doing. As gently as I can. Set this motherboard in place on top of the standoffs. To make sure that they are in line with the Alright, looks like I got everything lined up. Everything's lined up on the back plate. And now I'm just going to go ahead and install stamp. Alright guys, so we got the motherboard installed. Got the I/O shield, everything's lined up good. So, on to setting the rest of it up. Alright, what I'm going to do now, just to get this out of the way, is, this ain't really that hard. This is the 4-pin for power for the CPU. I'm going to go ahead and plug that up. That's my dogs wanting to get inside the house. I'm going to go ahead and install the power cable for the motherboard. It should click on the place, it's good. Alright, and of course I'm going to have to clean up this cabling. I have to go left something like that. But, alright, cabling for the motherboard is now ready to go. So now I'll be installing all of the power switches, USB ports, reset switches, LED lights, all that stuff. And for that, I'm going to need to refer to the motherboard user manual. So I'll be back when I'm done with that. Alright guys, so I pretty much had to refer to my user's manual for the pin layouts, for the reset switch, power switch, the LEDs, USBs, they're pretty simple, and the little HD audio adapter. So all that's set up, so the motherboard's pretty much done. All we got to do is install our hard drives and see if we can get this computer to post. Alright guys, got the power supplies installed. I mean, not the power supplies, the hard drives installed. I'm only going to install 2 of them right now. And these are 2 500 gigabyte Western Digital drives, so I'm plugging in the power cables right now for them. And then I got 2 USB cables right here, so we'll use this one right here, this one right here. Now we will go ahead and plug those up. Now, of course, I got to clean all this up afterwards, but shut up, Bella. Alright, so the hard drives are installed. Now, the one thing that I forgot that I had to install is the computer ain't going to be a computer without the video card. So let me go ahead and get that installed. And then that will be pretty much it for the build. So I did this in like maybe about 15-20 minutes. So hold on one second. I'll get the video card installed and then we'll get on to the operating system side of things. Our video card's pretty simple. Just got to get 2 screws to screw that thing down, and we will be good to go. Alright guys, so pretty much the build process is done. I'm going to do a little bit of cable management later. Really can't really do much with it, but I'll probably get some zip ties and zip tie it up and clean it up later. But I'm going to get this hooked up and see if I can get it to do a power on self-test, or what we call post. And then I'm going to go ahead and install an operating system, which is going to be Windows 7 Ultimate. All right. Ready to go. All right, guys, got it hooked up. Let's see if we can get it to post. I'm pressing the power button now. See what happens. Detected the video card. We successfully got it to post first thing. F1 to run setup. All right, and we are cooking with gas, people. So right now it's detecting the 8GB stick of memory, the AMD FX6300. All right, guys. So now I'm in the process of installing Windows. I hope you enjoyed the video. This is SPD Goes 408. I'm out.